Hello, fellow Sudokans, and welcome to an unusual Zen and the Art of the Guardian Sudoku puzzle. This one is rather different, what I call in my group of weird Sudokus. I've got another one with food, but the reason is because I like to remind people that this is not a game of maths. This is purely a game of logic. And the fact that we use numbers because they're convenient, they're easy to use, easy to count through, but it doesn't have to be numbers, right? And so here I present to you a game of Sudoku containing only US presidents. We've got Biden, we've got Jimmy Carter, Bill Clinton, FDR, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, JFK, of course. Abraham Lincoln is there, Barack Obama is there, Theodore Roosevelt is there, and George Washington is there as well. And they're fairly distinctive faces. So I think I chose those because I think that they look quite distinctive and different. Because the problem is that if you use non-digits, it's difficult to remember what's going on. Now, this is a medium level game, so not the easiest level, but something that will test you a little bit, but hopefully not too much, because I find it really tricky to play if you are not using digits and the level is too difficult. It's really quite tricky, but I'm hoping this one is going to be okay. I don't know, haven't played it. And so, shall we jump into the puzzle? And what we do have, I'm going to highlight and drag along in the way that I normally do with numbers. We have FDR across the middle. FDR across the middle. I'm not sure how many inches he was across the middle, but anyway. Franklin Delano Roosevelt going across like this and landing himself there. Those of you who play without notation, this will be good for you. Of course, those of you who put pencil marks, well, you'll be in trouble, won't you? Because how do you pencil mark a little president? I'm not sure. We've got Joe Biden across and down, and he's probably old enough to go across and down, and he's going to appear in this square here. How are you doing? Is it difficult? We've got Jimmy Carter munching his peanuts up and down here and across here, and so that's where he goes to settle on his farm. And two Jimmy Carters across here and another Jimmy Carter up here. That's going to give us a Jimmy Carter in that square. We have to carry on with the Jimmy Carters. Fortunately, he's quite a likable guy, I think, really. So we've got Jimmy Carter's blocking everywhere except for square 1, row 1, column 1. In you go, Jimmy. And I think we can finish off Jimmy Carter. That sounds bad, doesn't it? They'll probably be reporting me on YouTube for saying something terrible. If the algorithm is working, they'll think I've called for his demise or something. Nothing is further from the truth. We rather like our JC. Right, but he's all done now, so we need a few more characters. Go away. Let's see. We've got our Obama down. And he's going to appear here like this. You can see why we use digits, because it's so much easier. Okay, we've got an FDR here blocking this square from becoming FDR. FDR has to appear there. Okay, and we will be left with, now this is a bit easier for me than you because I've got a list of the presidents here, and if you don't have that on your screen, it's a bit trickier to see who's missing. Who is missing? Oh, it's Bill Clinton. How about that? And missing from this column, so in other words, in these two squares up here, we will be looking for I think it's John F. Kennedy and Theodore Roosevelt. Okay, now we've got a JFK blocking up here, so that's not him. He goes there. Where Marilyn is, I have no idea. And so up here will be Theodore Roosevelt. Okay. Now we have a Theodore Roosevelt blocking across here, and we have a John F. Kennedy blocking across here. So we have the two of them here. Actually, better than that, we've got JFK blocking like this, so we can fit the JFK there, and then we can get our Theodore Roosevelt blocking across the top there. And there he goes. I should call him Teddy, I suppose, really, shouldn't I? You think that's being too familiar, too bearish? Oh, okay. We've got another Teddy Roosevelt up here. Oops, across and up here. And there he goes. And let's continue on the theme of him blocking down like this and across like so. And blocking this square as well, but we need a Teddy Roosevelt for this row. Every row needs a Teddy Roosevelt. So there he goes, and now there's only one empty square, and that will be what will be it's going to be a Bill Clinton. How are you getting on? You see why we use numbers? It makes life so much easier. Okay, there's a Biden. Biden's down here and Biden's across here. So we get a Biden in here. We have Biden's across and up here, so there he goes. And Biden on his way up, like he is at the moment in the polls, I think, and across here, so the top row. And then Biden left, that's very unusual, Biden doesn't normally go left, and Biden going up here, and that's where Biden will finish. Okay, how about that? He finished in second row. Maybe Obama is in the top row. Right. What's left to be done? So I can tell you who's finished. Finished is Joe Biden and Jimmy Carter. We're still looking for everybody else, though, here and there. Harum, harum, harum. Okay, we've got an Obama across this row and an Obama here, so there you go. Barack Obama makes it to the top, as I think he justly deserves to be. That's a Barack Obama there. Obama down here, and across here. Final Barack Obama down there. Bill Clinton blocks across here, and so goes up there. Bill Clinton did block a few things in his time. Now FDR is in this block already, and so we need an FDR for the top row, and he's going to go there. In fact, we've got surrounding FDRs like so, and it's going to appear there. And also down here blocking, so that's FDR, and there's another one up here blocking for the top row, that's FDR. And now there's only one president to get for this row. That president will be Abraham Lincoln. And Lincoln is also needed for this block down here. You'll see we've got everybody else. Like I say, I know this is a bit easier for me because I've got the president list here. Abraham Lincoln also blocks up here, is in this row. And so that's where he's going to appear. And finally, in this column, there you go. There is one president missing in this block here. Can you get it? You will eventually, you'll find it's Bill Clinton. And there he goes. And in the top row here, we still need a George Washington. Well, yeah, America needs a George Washington right now, maybe. Wasn't he the one who couldn't tell lies about chopping down cherry trees? Oh, no, that's it's not really true, is it? He never did say that, but it's a nice story anyway, and it'd be nice to have politicians who don't lie too much. We have a John F. Kennedy up here, and he blocks all the way down here, and so JFK has to appear here. And then JFK blocking up here and down here. That's where you go. There is just one president missing down here. It's George Washington again. And Washington going up here. Washington is here, and then up here to the Washington Monument maybe. Okay, it's looking quite tough now. But what we do know is George Washington blocks across here, and George Washington blocks down here, and so will appear there. And if we continue extending George Washington, if you can do such a thing, sounds like it ought to be against the law, and down here, that's going to be a George Washington, the final George. There is one empty square in this column, and the missing president is Kennedy. There we go. We can do something with this Kennedy over here, and this Kennedy over here, and a Kennedy up there. There you go. Okay, we have a Teddy Roosevelt blocking this square here, but we don't have a Teddy Roosevelt in this row yet. So let's put him there. And the last president to fit here is Bill Clinton. Now Bill Clinton is needed still. He can't go here now, he's got to go here. And then Bill Clinton blocks this way and this way. Blocks a lot of things. There we go. And then up here for this missing president in this column, we are looking for Abe Lincoln. So let's do the Lincoln block across here. Put Lincoln in there, and the last president to get here. We don't have many left now. We're only looking for Clinton, who is missing from there. So the missing presidents are Bill Clinton, Abraham Lincoln, and Teddy Roosevelt. That's what's left. So it should be easier to find like that. Okay, yes, here we go. Here's Abraham Lincoln in that square, and Abe is going to block this square here now, right? Across here, so Lincoln fits there. There is only, well, there are only two left to get. One is Clinton, and Clinton doesn't appear in this block yet. Clinton's down here, right? So that's where Clinton goes. And the last president to get is Theodore Roosevelt. Okay, so there you are. Proof, if you ever needed it, that Sudoku has nothing to do with maths. Just 9 unique objects, and those were certainly 9 unique presidents. Well, that's it really. Try out some other weird Sudoku. I've got one with Roman numerals somewhere, and I think one with rainbow colors, and one with food I called Fudoku. It's all up there. Bye bye.